Hey there, winos. This is Vince.WINE. So, summer is long gone. It's actually raining today, but every now and then a rosé is just
appropriate.
Today I have Whispering Angel. This is a rosé that I've definitely been seeing everywhere. I finally decided it's time to check out what Whispering Angel has to offer. Since this is Whispering Angel, I kind of had this thought of doing like an ASMR for this episode. Today we have Whispering Angel. Yeah, I actually can't do that whole thing without being super creepy. Let's pop this open on today's Wine Lab. Hey, thanks for joining me. And before we get started today, if you want to be a winoceros, hit subscribe on this channel to become a wino today. I put out new videos every single month, trying to do at least twice a month. So be sure to hit that bell icon to stay notified for more great wine content. Okay, sing along if you know the words. Cork Pops, please sponsor me. Cork Pops. Damn it. Please sponsor me. Note to self, if you want a sponsorship, don't screw up the product. All right, this is the 2021 vintage here, and here is the cork Whispering Angel. And just taking a closer look at the bottle, that's actually really gorgeous embroidery artwork on there. Just two little angels there, little cherubs, and a nice gold capsule with the cursive Whispering Angel writing there. And then we've got bottle artwork there as well, definitely reminiscent of the Rhone region emblems that they put on the glass there. And then the label itself, sorry, mine is a little wet from condensation there, but you can see again the angels are in the background on the paper. Really comes out kind of nice. And then there you have it. I'm totally gonna butcher the name, but Caves d'Esclans, Sasha Lachine, sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but more importantly, Côte de Provence Rosé, again, 2021 vintage. Hang on, I love this little quote on the back. In the Esclans Valley, angels whisper. If you drink this wine, you might hear them. Hello?
Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me.
All right, enough of that. Let's check this out in the glass. On that scale of rosé that goes from like neon pink to sort of orangey, this is very much in that sort of peachy, orangey color, not all the way to rose gold, but yeah, that sort of those nice peachy hues there. Wow, and this is really beautiful on the nose too. It's not like completely screaming out of this glass, but it is certainly very fragrant once I get my nose right up to the glass. It is giving me a lot of those sort of citrus vibes, so I am getting this sort of almost lemon limey thing happening, and a little bit of that sort of salty minerality in here as well that I love on a dry Provence rosé. And then beneath that, I am getting a little bit of cantaloupe and some of those now orange fruits, peaches, and nothing too savory. Sometimes Provence can end up giving you almost this like cheesy, leesy, or even like cured meat, like prosciutto quality, and this is very fresh. Let's get the palate. Oh. So right away, I can easily see why this is such a popular wine. It hits me in all the right places and kind of does everything I want my rosé to do right up front, and then it doesn't let go. Whew. Okay, so first of all, structure on this bad boy. So this has got a very luscious, rich mouthfeel. When it's on the palate, it's actually kind of weighty, but it manages not to lose that crisp sensation either. That citrus brightness makes it a really nice food wine. I can easily see this being really refreshing on a warm day. Man, that finish goes really long as well. All the fruit flavors are still very present. Now, when I say dry, I am not saying tannin. I'm saying that the finish is exactly that, dry as in not sweet, as in no residual sugar. So it's not syrupy or sweet sugary on the finish, but that's not to say that it's not a delight because it's so fruity. And then just a kiss of stony minerality to give it a little bit of savoriness. It's like a whole meal in the glass. Let's take a look at the website just to learn a little more about this wine. Okay, here we are at esclans.com, and I just wanted to take a look at what they do with this rosé. So this is a really nice image of the chateau here, really gorgeous in the heart of Provence. And they talk a lot about really wanting to bring back the rosé movement, or sort of renaissance, they call it, and I think that's pretty cool. They're probably very successful with that, in that this is their 16th vintage now, so think about 16 years ago. Certainly rosé is getting a bit more serious from the days of the 90s with your white Zinfandel and sort of sweet rosés. They have a couple other offerings here. So there's the pale, welcome to the soiree. There is the beach, there's the rock. Oh, I love this. It just speaks to that stony minerality and terroir. And there's those gorgeous angel wings. The most interesting part here talks about the blend. So it's Grenache, Cinsault, and Rollet. I'm not as familiar with that, but which otherwise is Vermentino, that white varietal that's offering that sort of lemon limey citrus side of things. That's where that's coming from, as well as that sort of saltiness. Even though Provence rosé tends to have that saltiness, definitely found with your Vermentino. Okay, and this is what I really wanted to look at, the process. This is the part that I find really interesting. They seem to be huge on not allowing any oxidation at all. They do everything in this sort of like oxygen-free nitrogen environment to keep as minimal contact with air as possible. And so it's just really cool to me, that detail-oriented about that. And then here was the other cool part, the barrels and vats. So they use what they call free run juice and pressed juice that they do separately. So if you don't know what that is, free run is exactly what it sounds like. It's the first juice that you get before you squeeze any of those grapes. A lot of times just the weight of the grapes in a picking bin themselves, left there for a few days, can produce enough juice for you. So it's just that really most fruit forward juice that you get, that really fresh condition of juice. Then the pressed juice is exactly that. You press the grapes and you get the remaining juice out. And what that tends to do is release a lot of tannin, since tannins come from skins, stems, and seeds. So you end up with a little bit more of a tannic, more fuller bodied juice, and that's important for the overall structure of the wine. And they have a whole team that gets together and tastes through each barrel to see what's ultimately gonna make the vintage here. They make the wine with an idea of that same flavor profile every single vintage, but wine is a crop and it's gonna be different depending on how the year went. So they have to taste through different variations with different percentages and different blends until they hit that perfect flavor profile. And that's also a common practice in winemaking, but to see so much attention to detail in a rosé, gosh, that is super exciting. So winos, I am very, very pleased with the quality here. I love the story, and that just attention to detail wins me over for sure. This is certainly a food-friendly wine. It's great just self-drinking, and I think it is the culmination of mastery of craft, and that's pretty cool, especially for $22. This is a very inexpensive rosé. You're just getting the most bang for your buck here. I highly recommend it. This is my first time tasting it today, and I can see why wine drinkers are more than whispering about this Angel. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, please leave me a like. That helps so much. Don't forget to share this video with your wine friends. And until next time, winos, drink safe and drink well. Cheers.